So when you think about Bitcoin, what comes to mind? For most of us, it's digital gold, right? A store of value, maybe even a way to send money. But what if its core technology, the blockchain itself, could be used to build things in the physical world? Today, we're going to dive into a project that's trying to do exactly that, using Bitcoin as the bedrock for real-world impact. So let's really chew on that question for a second. For so many years, the crypto world has just been buzzing with speculation, digital coins trading on digital exchanges. The whole conversation is usually about the price going up or down. But what if we could take all the security and the sheer power of the Bitcoin network and use it to create actual, tangible value in the real world? You know, there's this massive gap between the world of decentralized finance and the world of physical production. We're talking factories, farms, infrastructure. Well, one project is trying to build a bridge across that gap, to move past all the hype and build something that has a lasting, measurable impact that's actually rooted in the real economy. And that brings us to NESGESFinance. This is an ecosystem that was designed from the get-go to answer that question we started with. Their whole approach is something they call tokenization with purpose. The idea is to use blockchain technology not just for another financial product, but for real-world development. Now, just take a look at their mission statement. This is not your typical crypto white paper talk focused on TPS or algorithms. The keywords that jump out here are things like sustainable wealth, inclusion, and human well-being. Right away, this signals that the goal is to create value that goes way beyond just a ticker price. It sets a really deliberate, purpose-driven tone for the whole thing. At the very heart of this ecosystem is an asset called NGF-BTCAM. Now, this is introducing the core token. And what it is a digital asset built directly on Bitcoin using the brand new Runes protocol. The simplest way to think about Runes is as a new, incredibly efficient way to create different kinds of tokens that literally live on the Bitcoin network, inheriting all of its famous security. And here are its key features. It's got a fixed supply, which means it can't be inflated away. It's non-mintable, so once they're created, that's it. No more can ever be made. And because it's built right on Bitcoin, every single transaction is verifiable on-chain for everyone to see. That combination creates this powerful foundation of rock-solid security and predictable scarcity. Okay, this is probably the most crucial point to understand. The project is extremely clear that this token is not a speculative investment. Its value isn't supposed to come from market hype. It's meant to come from its actual use, its utility in financing, governing, and taking part in the real-world projects that this ecosystem is built to support. So how does that actually work? I mean, how does a digital token on a blockchain connect to the physical world? Well, the answer is by tokenizing what the industry calls real-world assets, or RWAs. This is the whole mechanism that backs digital value with tangible, productive guarantees. This slide really just lays out the whole shift in thinking perfectly. On the left, you've got that abstract world of digital value. That's most of crypto. But on the right, you see what NGESFinance is focused on. Concrete, productive things like real estate, energy projects, and agriculture. The goal is to back the digital token with the real economic value that these assets produce. And we're talking about a super diverse range of assets here. This model can be applied across all sorts of sectors that are just critical for sustainable development. You know, everything from vertical farming and renewable energy to industrial machinery, and even things like innovative drone services. It's all about building a really broad, resilient economic base on the blockchain. You can tell a lot about a project's priorities by where the money is supposed to go, right? And this allocation breakdown is really telling. A full 25% is dedicated directly to funding these productive projects, and another 15% is set aside for social and environmental initiatives. This isn't just about keeping the lights on. It's about actively pushing capital towards tangible, real-world impact. Now, you might be wondering, why go through all the trouble of building this on Bitcoin? The choice was very deliberate. It all comes down to two of Bitcoin's most powerful features: its unmatched security and its built-in transparency. I mean, if you're trying to build something for the long haul, you build it on the strongest foundation you can find. The way they've structured this technically is actually quite clever. The token itself is created on Bitcoin's main layer. That's layer 1, using runes for that maximum bulletproof security. But for everyday things like fast and cheap transactions, it'll use the layer 2 Lightning Network. And by planning for taproot assets, they're basically future-proofing it, making sure the token can be easily used across all sorts of new wallets and platforms as the Bitcoin ecosystem grows. But look, trust isn't just about technology. It's also about having a serious structure. NESGESFinance is set up as a registered corporation which provides legal compliance and real-world accountability. They're planning for a hybrid governance model, which blends that corporate structure with decentralized input from a DAO. And, critically, all the reserve funds are held in multi-signature wallets, meaning no single person can just run off with them. This is all about building serious, compliant infrastructure. So, with all that context, the project is now moving into a really crucial stage. They've just opened what they're calling the foundational alpha phase, and it's basically an invitation for early believers to come and help build this ecosystem right from the ground up. It's really important to understand what this phase is and what it isn't. This is not a public token sale or some ICO. It's being framed as a foundational stage, a chance for people who really believe in the idea of building on Bitcoin with a focus on ethical real-world impact to get involved early. So what's in it for the folks who join at this early stage? Well, there are some specific benefits. Participants will get priority rights to get involved in the very first real-world project that gets tokenized. They'll also get a voice in shaping how the community governance works, and they'll get early access to the ecosystem's tools as they roll out. And the process for getting involved in this foundational phase is designed to be really straightforward. It's a simple registration, a contribution in Bitcoin that goes to a transparent, publicly viewable multi-signature address, and then the utility tokens get distributed after the phase is over, and the community has audited everything. In keeping with that theme of transparency that runs through this whole project, they put this disclaimer front and center. This is an ecosystem being built from scratch, and just like any new venture, participating comes with its own risks. It's just crucial for anyone who's interested to understand that right from the very beginning. And that brings us right back to our big question at the start. We've seen Bitcoin evolve in so many different ways. Could a model like this, one that's laser-focused on purpose, on tangible assets, and on transparent governance, be the next big chapter in Bitcoin's story? It is, without a doubt, a compelling vision for what can be built on top of the world's most secure blockchain.